Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mailsphere. In the moving abroad journey, one of the biggest steps for me is getting TEFL certified. And today I wanted to share with you everything from how to find the best deals on TEFL courses to what you should know before signing up, especially if you are over 40 like me and planning to teach abroad. So let's get into it. First off, TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. It is a certification that qualifies you to teach English in countries where English isn't the native language, places like Japan, South Korea, Spain, Thailand, and many, many more. TEFL courses usually cover teaching methods, classroom management, lesson planning, grammar, and ways to make teaching English and learning English more fun and effective both for the teacher and your students. TEFL courses can vary in price, but most people do not realize that you can purchase your TEFL course on Groupon and save hundreds of dollars. Now, TEFL usually offers a discount, but saving hundreds of dollars by getting it on Groupon is just smart. I've seen programs that are usually $400-$500 upwards for less than $50, and I actually paid 20, actually less than 20. So before you pay full price, check out Groupon, and I'll put the link in the description. Right now, I'm in Unit 4 of my TEFL course. So my TEFL experience has been really interesting so far. I'm currently on Unit 4 of 10. I finished up Unit 4 and I'm about to take my first big test. Throughout each section, there are tests incorporated as you go along, and there is a quiz at the end just to make sure you grasp everything. Within the entire TEFL course, there are three big assignments, tests that you're going to take that are not graded within the system. They're graded by actual teachers, and you complete the assignment or the test, you send it off, you submit it, and within 3 days, they get back to you with your grade. Now, these particular big assignments, you only get 2 opportunities to take. You can reach out if you need another opportunity, but I have not gotten that far yet. But the test at the end of each unit or the quiz, you can take a few more times, but they are fairly simple as long as you are paying attention, taking good notes. You're going to be fine in these tests. I do suggest that from the beginning that you do take notes, because going back through the sections is not as easy. The entire course is online, but it's not as easy to go back to a section and look at certain things. So take notes. I have been taking screenshots, and as I am preparing for my big assignment, and I would tell you what it is, but I don't know yet because you don't find out until you click on it. I've been going over the screenshots and taking notes from those. And honestly, if you just set aside 30 minutes to an hour every day, it is fairly easy to get through your TEFL course quickly. So far, it's been very interesting. I don't really enjoy online classes. I like face-to-face classes a little bit better. So it has been difficult for me to pay attention. But what I do love about this is because they understand that people learn differently. There is sections where it's just text. There's sections where there's videos you have to watch. There's sections where there's just audio. And then there's also an interactive component to it, which makes it a lot easier for a person like me who needs that interaction of a person lecturing me to get through. I will tell you section one, where they are giving you the rundown of um, the differences that you may see in this course and what TEFL is all about. When it was just walls of text, it was a little bit more difficult for me to get through. But after that, it has pretty much been a breeze. I have passed all of my quizzes, and again, I just suggest you take screenshots, you take notes, um, and just make sure you set aside time where nothing is going on. You won't have any interruptions in order for you to get through it. Now, it is almost November now, and it is recruiting season. So if you want to move abroad soon, then I suggest that you go on Groupon. There will be a link in the description. And go ahead and purchase the TEFL course. Like I said, mine was less than $20. I know a lot of people who bought it before and after me. I know some people who bought it a year and a half ago, and they were able to purchase it for about $20. So just budget $50 for a course that's like 500 and sometimes more. $50 and less is outrageously a great deal. So go ahead and buy it now. You have a year to take it, and just take it at your own pace. But if you want to get out of the country sooner rather than later, go ahead and take it and put aside some time. There's a lot of things changing in the teaching abroad sphere. So I'm going to put some other resources in the description and in the pinned comment, so you can find other teachers who are teaching abroad, so you can just keep up with everything that's going on. I would say that teaching abroad was not as saturated 5 years ago, 10 years ago as it is now. Because teaching abroad is fairly simple to do if you are a native English speaker, and you're from one of the countries that all of the countries want someone to be from in order to teach, then it's going to be very easy. But because it is very easy, you need to make sure that you do everything that you can to be a good teacher, and just talk to other people and find out how you can set yourself apart. Make sure teaching is something that you actually want to do. Don't just get the certification and move abroad because it is an easier path to moving abroad. There's lots of other things and other ways you can move abroad, but other countries are not as lenient as the US is. These parents are not going to play with you not being a good teacher, or being a horrible teacher, or being mean, or not liking kids. You will get fired. And if you're in one of these wonderful programs where they are paying for your housing and all that stuff, you're not going to have a place to live. So please only do this if you actually enjoy teaching. And as I said before, you don't necessarily have to teach kids. In South Korea, I am on this app called Co-work, and I see things posted all the time for programs looking for TEFL certified teachers to teach English to adults, and also teach business English or whatever. So you don't necessarily have to teach kids, but you do have to, at the very least, enjoy teaching. And if you're going to be working with kids, please enjoy kids. Don't think, hey, this is a cheap and easy way for me to move abroad, and I'm going to do it, but I don't like kids. Don't be that person. I myself have been teaching in some capacity for years, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you're in your 40s or older, like I am, here's something you really have to think about. A lot of countries have age limits. Some countries have specific age caps for foreigners teaching English, usually around 55 or 60, depending on your visa type. So you need to look into this before you get set on any country. For example, South Korea typically prefers teachers under 50, so like 45, I'm right on the cusp, while other countries like Thailand or Cambodia are more flexible. So if you're seriously planning on moving abroad, make a short list of 3 to 5 countries that you'd be open to teaching in. And then do your research. Look at their visa rules, TEFL requirements, and age limits. This not only keeps your options open, but also saves you from being disappointed later because you realize you've aged out. Another thing people often overlook is learning about the culture you want to teach in. You don't have to be fluent in the language, but it is essential, in my opinion, to understand customs, etiquette, and cultural norms, not only because it makes you a better teacher, but so you can just fit in and assimilate in the culture better. Start watching YouTube videos from people who are already teaching abroad. There are so many creators sharing their day-to-day life, videos from classroom vlogs to cultural insights that can really help you visualize what it will really be like living and working in that country. Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with a few more quick tips. Get your documents ready early. Your degree, your background check, and your TEFL certificate will all be needed for visa applications. Now, some of those you're going to have to get apostilled, so that can wait. But you want to make sure you join Facebook groups, Reddit communities, and other communities with teachers who are teaching in your target country. Think long term. Even if you start with a 6 month or a year teaching contract, teaching abroad can open doors to other international opportunities. I've seen so many of my favorite creators start out as teachers and then move into other careers. If you are someone who loves teaching, wants to travel, or just needs a change of pace, TEFL might be the opportunity for you. Check out the links in the description for the Groupon deals, my favorite TEFL resources, and channels that helped me when I was getting started and trying to figure out if I actually wanted to teach abroad. And if you're currently in a TEFL course or teaching abroad, drop your experience in the comments. I would love to hear them. Thanks for watching. As always, I'm Mel of Melsphere, and I'll see you in the next one.